Imagine waking up one morning and realizing gravity no longer controls you. You step outside, take a deep breath, and instead of walking, you rise. At first, just a few inches, then higher and higher. Welcome to a world where humans can fly. At the beginning, it would feel like a dream. People everywhere would rush outside, testing their limits. Cities would turn into skies full of floating bodies, some nervous, some excited, some completely fearless. Kids would master it first. Within hours, they'd be racing through the air, laughing as they weaved between buildings. Adults would struggle at first, learning balance, control, and direction. Flying wouldn't be as simple as it looks. You'd need coordination, like swimming but in open air. Your body would become your wings. At first, there would be chaos. Air traffic would be a nightmare. Imagine thousands of people flying at different speeds in different directions. Collisions would happen. Governments would quickly step in, creating sky lanes, just like roads. There would be rules. Fly too high? Dangerous. Fly too fast? Illegal. No fly zones over airports, military areas, and crowded cities. Soon, technology would evolve to match this new reality. Special suits would be designed to reduce air resistance. Helmets with built-in navigation systems would guide you through the safest paths. Even anti-collision sensors could warn you before hitting someone mid-air. But the biggest change wouldn't be technology. It would be freedom. No more traffic jams, no more waiting for buses or trains. Your commute would be straight through the sky. Imagine leaving your house in Karachi and flying directly to your destination, watching the city from above. Roads would become less crowded. Skyscrapers would become like stepping stones in the sky. But flying wouldn't be effortless. It would require energy, your body's energy. The higher and faster you fly, the more exhausted you become. Long-distance travel would still need breaks, maybe even floating rest stations in the sky. Over time, people would adapt physically. Humans might develop stronger muscles, better lung capacity, and improved balance. Athletes would dominate the skies, turning flying into a competitive sport. Sky racing, aerial acrobatics, mid-air obstacle courses. Entire stadiums would be built vertically, where audiences watch competitions happening above and around them. But not everything would be perfect. Weather would become a serious threat. Strong winds could push you off course. Storms would be deadly. Lightning, a nightmare for anyone in the sky. People would need to check weather forecasts before flying, just like we check traffic today. And then there's fear. Not everyone would be comfortable flying. Some people would choose to stay grounded, afraid of heights or accidents. A new divide would form, those who live in the sky and those who stay on the ground. Cities would change. Buildings would no longer need traditional entrances. Doors could be on rooftops or even mid-air platforms. Elevators might become less important, replaced by open-air landing zones. Even homes would evolve. Floating houses, suspended structures, and sky neighborhoods could become real. But the biggest impact? It would change how we see the world. Borders would feel smaller. Travel would feel more personal. You wouldn't just go somewhere, you'd experience the journey in full. Flying over oceans, mountains, forests, seeing sunsets from above the clouds. It would reconnect humans with the sky in a way we've never experienced before. But there's one question. Would humans use this power wisely? Because with freedom comes risk. Crimes could happen in the sky, smuggling, spying, even aerial chases. Governments would need new ways to monitor and protect airspace. And what about nature? Birds would suddenly share their domain with millions of humans. Ecosystems could be disrupted. Migration patterns might change. Humans would need to learn to coexist carefully. Still, the idea is incredible. No engines, no fuel, no machines. Just you and the sky. And maybe, after some time, flying wouldn't feel special anymore. It would become normal, just like walking once was. But deep inside, every time you lift off the ground, every time you feel the wind rushing past your face, it would remind you of something powerful, that humans were never meant to stay grounded. We just didn't know we could fly.